Hey guys, welcome to a new episode. I'm a little bit sick of all the paint work I've been doing lately. I'll do a little bit in this episode, just get some stuff cleaned up. But I'm going to switch gears a little bit, keep it interesting. I'm going to start working on the lighting in this episode. So thanks for tuning in. Going through and getting some of the plastic pieces cleaned up a little bit. I've already done a couple others. I'm just showing you these ones. These are some of the fender liners that go just behind the fenders, keep the water out from hitting the body. This is obviously not touched yet. I just cleaned these up and wiped them down with lacquer thinner. So these have been recoated, obviously. I've been using this multi-adhesion promoter. Stuff works pretty good. Haven't had any issues so far with it, and I've used it on a few different projects. If you guys remember the 3-wheeler I used to have, that's what I used on it. After that, I'm just coating it with some trim and bumper paint. I'm not going to bother using the full thing. These aren't visible. They're going to get beat up again anyway, being right by the wheels. So it's looking really good though, so I'm going to keep going on that. So I've been going through some of the old parts I have, the old bins here, pulling stuff out, and I grabbed the old headlights. I got a new set shipped in a couple of months ago actually, and just haven't gotten around to doing them yet. These are the old headlight buckets here. The insides are rusted out, they're filthy, they have overspray on them. They look terrible. They need new grommets running through them, new gaskets. I'm gonna put these headlights in. They're a little bit more modern, obviously, than the the old standard bulbs or standard lenses these came with. This one has a ring around the outside that'll actually light up when the light's turned on, as well as the center bulb. So it'll look like a pair of eyes, basically. If it's ugly, I can always change it, but they were a great price, just got them off eBay. I'm hoping they'll look good, so I'm gonna get these cleaned up and show you guys what it looks like. As you guys know, I've been doing more pieces, those Fender Liners and stuff. I've been working on the headlight buckets as well. You guys saw me looking at those earlier. I went ahead and media blasted them. They had quite a bit of rust. They were a little bit dirty. These originally come with like a zinc coating, but I just went ahead and blasted them anyway. Used black etching primer and black paint again. They're looking a heck of a lot better. Sorry, the bad lighting, it is nighttime here. As well as these pieces I blasted as well. These are the door sill plates. Those screw in right here, covering this lip. I went ahead and got those started as well, cleaning them up a little bit. They were not in very good shape, but after I got them sandblasted, they're looking a lot better. And I'm hoping with the black paint, they will look great. So we'll see how those turn out. If they're not, up to the standard I want them, I can always buy new ones. I'm gonna show you these headlights I'm working on in just a second. First, I had one more part of the gas system I wanted to get done. This is the tank that goes right above the gas tank. I believe it's some kind of fume collector or overfill tank. If the tank gets filled up too high or if it's gassing out really badly, this will take some of it, equalize the pressure, and keep it from overflowing, I guess. I'm not exactly sure. I need to look it up. But this goes back in this section here, if you guys remember from the disassembly video. Sorry, I'm filming one-handed. This bottom fitting here is actually loose and comes out, so this needs to be re-welded back in. It doesn't screw. It had a tack weld right here in the corner that has failed. I'm assuming I need to look more into this system, but I need to get this cleaned up as well. You can see the paint is chipped out in the corners on the top here. Not in bad shape. This is actually very clean, very little rust, just some paint chips really. along with that corner failing. So I'll get this cleaned up and get it back installed with the gas tank. Got the fuel straps in, you guys already know that. This is going in soon. I just need a few more pieces to get the rear end all put together. But let me go show you the taillights. So I'm working on the headlights, and I found the taillights out of the same box, and I wanted to get them started as well. These taillights have a surround bezel that goes on the outside and covers all of the panel. Mine are in horrible shape, absolutely terrible shape. A lot of the tabs are broken, they're cracked, sun faded, little pieces missing here and there. But the rest of this episode will be the headlights and getting some of the other stuff finished painting. I'm gonna make a whole dedicated episode on the rear end though, so look forward for that as well. Yeah, I think these are a little bit dirty. Most of the dirt washed out. It's incredible how much was actually on here. These aren't in perfect shape, but they still look pretty decent. I'll obviously polish these and everything, get everything all cleaned up. I do have to do a little bit of plastic repair on the edges. This one, for example, you can see it's just a little cracked out and broken right here. So that's the worst of it right there, though. Everything else is pretty intact. It's all there. So these will clean up pretty well. I'm not too worried about these pieces. Just that rear shroud that goes between both of them. So these are the turn signal lights that go up in the front of the car. Obviously they're garbage. They're all cracked, pieces are missing. There's white overspray all over them. They're filthy, they're old, they're awful. I ordered new ones along with these new gaskets. These ones are actually in okay shape. I could clean them up and use them, but I want to go everything new. I don't even want to mess with anything. So this is junk going in the garbage. I'm gonna get these cleaned up a little bit, see what I can do to fix these up, get them serviceable again, really. Same with the side marker lights. I'm just gonna go through and get all the lighting done, get everything cleaned up, and get the new lenses on when they arrive with the new gaskets as well. Just pulling these marker lights out. I have the front ones filled on the fenders. I don't like the look of them up there, but I actually want to keep the rear ones. I actually like how they look back there. So pulled out the old bag, grabbed them. Two of them were red and two were orange. So one of these red ones is broken. There's supposed to be a tab right here, so you can see how that's cracked out. One of the orange is good. One of the orange is broken, just like that other red one. So the other red one's good. So I could run one side orange and one side red. Obviously I'm not gonna do that. As luck would have it, you know, one of each is cracked, so kind of funny. I'm gonna order new ones tonight. I guess I'll have a spare. I'll probably order red. I don't know. I'll see what's available. Maybe they don't have red, or maybe they don't have orange. Whatever happens, I'll get a new one of those shipped in with the new gaskets I need for everything else. But all the lights are coming along really nicely. So I'm not sure how much of this I've actually filmed for you guys. I just barely finished assembling these little headlight buckets. I mean, they're not the buckets, but the housings for them. One interesting thing, these come with a little grommet around the metal frame just to keep the wires from rubbing on it, ruining the material that protects the copper inside. The old gaskets were obviously no good. They were dry and rotten, and they just crumbled when I pulled them apart. These are actually rubber grommets that I used instead. So these are just to plug holes. I just went ahead and hollowed out the inside of them so I could run the wires through. So this is like, I don't know, that whole kit's probably like 10 bucks at the most. So this is like a 10-cent little isolator, or whatever you want to call it. To buy these reproduction, the actual ones, they're slightly different. They extend upwards a little bit over the wires and cover them. Maybe 1/4 of an inch or 1/2 an inch or so. I think those are like $38. So I have no idea why such a tiny piece would be so expensive. I'm sure some people run them without anything, but I wanted to put the grommet in, make the little hole. Works for me. It's going to keep the wires safe. It'll keep some water out. Although these are not waterproof, and I don't really think they're meant to be anyway. So mainly just keep the wires from rubbing. Good enough. 10 cents, better than 38 bucks. Other stuff going on, I got the marker lights shipped in. I got the clear ones. I wanted them to match the headlights and the tail lights. So those are good to go. So I was planning on getting all of this finished so I could put the new episode out. The lenses and gaskets are on back order right now, just with how everything's going on in the world. I did get the gaskets in for these and just slap them on real quick. So those are good to go. As well as the all the hardware for the tail lights. I'm having some issue getting the tail light panels. I've got a guy I'm trying to work with right now to see if I can get those shipped in. Rather than wait for these parts, I'll just finish the episode right here. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate the comments and liking and sharing the videos. Hopefully you guys learned something from this episode. Maybe it'll help you with your own project, or at least it kept you entertained. I will see you guys very soon with more content coming out. Thanks again.